Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and it's Valentine's Day. Muchos besitos. Hopefully everybody out there is going to enjoy their day with their loved ones. I know I am because I've got the day off from school, so yeehaw. And it looks like it's just going to be me flying solo this week because Mr. Sparkletrout was too busy watching his stories. So yeah. Not that that's going to be an issue. I painted a ton of stuff. So let's get to it. So first off, this is one of the archers from Raging Heroes when they did their samurai thing last month. I think it was last month. His arrowhead is a little short, and I need to fix up his skin, but that's more because I was being sloppy with the washes. Also, from Raging Heroes, I'm not 100% sold on that mask, and I feel like I really butchered a lot of the detail. But this is one of the ninjas from the same set. It's painted. And again, from a tabletop point of view, I think it looks fine. Couldn't really decide on the colors. I feel like I'm really going down like a samurai rabbit hole lately. I've been printing and working on a bunch of stuff from like Kyusho Neko, and I've got a bunch of Cobra Mode stuff I'm working on, and a bunch of old Test of Honor figures from when Warlord was doing it, and all the Raging Hero stuff, and there's Bushido stuff, and it's just like non-stop samurai. And speaking of samurai, we got our Mantis Clan champion pretty much done. At least enough for me to feel content that I can show it off on camera without the camera. It feels like it's staying stable. I don't know. I keep playing around with it in the hopes that it doesn't want to go nuts. Reading about it online seems to be an issue. Thankfully, only with my specific phone model. So, thumbs up there, Samsung. That's cool. Right, another of the Neo Kingdoms figures from RN Studio. Again, I feel like I'm butchering the detail with the primer I'm using. And I know I'm super zoomed in, but I want you guys to just kind of see. I mean, obviously, from a distance, I think it looks fine. I still really dig the designs. I like just the unique, funky clothing that they've got on. Why he's got like 3/4 of a shirt, I don't know. Don't ask me. I would love to see these guys in action poses, though. I think that's the only downside to these models was they were very static in their presentation. But, you know, you can't have every hero showing off every moment of the day. Oh, hey, speaking of Bushido, which I was just mentioning, we got Kuro and Shiro. Or that's their unofficial names, at least in our household. These were part of the Shio Clan's Open Rebellion starter. And I think I actually have everybody done now. I know I've got the 2 archers. I've got the girl with the Naginata. No, there were 2 girls with Naginatas, and then the dude with the sword. Yeah, I finished the Shio Clan. Hooray! I'm going to have to take a photo of them all. Commemorate this event. And then we did start on the actual Shio starter last week with cool dude posing on the sword. Okay, what else we got? A random Unit 9 model that really I need to go back and fix. She's got like all these lines because she's supposed to be all like, ugh, that is an awful paint job. I'm like, that is, I don't know what's up, and I don't know where her pants are, and I don't know why she's half metallic and half not. I gotta go back and fix that one. Not my greatest day when it comes to painting. Okay. What else? Random Velites. These are older Victrix models, and you can tell that they're older because they have the thicker halves on their pylons and spears. The newer ones are much thinner and much more in line with, you know, actual spears rather than clubs. But they're done. They are very super plain, super generic, and I'm okay with that because, again, from a distance, they look fine. If you're going to be, shoving my models up into your eyeballs to get a better look at how poor and horrid their paint jobs are, I will let you. I'm okay with it. But, I think for what they need to be doing, they're fine. Here is, I don't know. I think it's a Gaul. Looks like a Gaul. Maybe it was a Germanic tribesman and I just painted him up like a Gaul. So you can see his spear is a lot thinner than the ones that the Velites are carrying, if I can. They are thinner, trust me. And they're way thinner than the ones that the actual Romans have, which look like broom poles. But again, these are older models. These are when like the Victrix stuff actually came in boxes rather than the big old plastic bags. I didn't paint you this week. Get out of there. Speaking of big broom pole blades, couple of random Oathmark chaps. And why they're on round bases, you got me. I don't know. I wanted to see how they turn out. Actually, they're pretty well in line with the Victrix stuff at that point. I guess if you wanted to go multi-basing some generic fantasy dudes or kit bash with the Victrix parts, might be kind of cool. And speaking of Victrix, got some actual proper Vikings. Very quick paint jobs. I keep painting these. One of these days, what I need to do is actually grab all these various historical models I've done over the time and actually start organizing them. I like this guy. I think he came out somewhat decently, especially on the facial features. Again, I don't know. The historical stuff is easier, I think, to paint up. Semi-historical? Depending on your mythological pantheon of choice. I want to say this is one of the Warriors of Sobek from, I know it's from Splintered Light. We'll get it out of my mouth eventually there. From one of their earlier Kickstarter campaigns. Your sickly Kopesh thing is in need of some touch-up there, my friend. And to accompany him, a little Ratman brute. To me, this is like the proper size a Ratman should be compared to a human. Now, obviously, this is 15mm, also from Splintered Light, but it just looks fun. That's what I think when I think, Skaven, Ratman, those types of things. Not like big rats that are, taller than a human. I like this model too, but he's just too large to be considered Skaven. And speaking of large, we've got a Legends of Signum Dwarf. I really like these guys, and I did not realize until after I had finished him. He's dressed now an awful lot like a lot of my Caradon Overlords. That was not intentional, but it totally looks like with the blue and the leathers and bronze and bright day glowing neon turquoise colors. He's huge. I mean, he's really huge. Even by Signum standards. Do I have a Signum figure handy? It doesn't look like it. Usually I do. Huh. Odd. I was going to say we can get a GW guy right here. Yeah, that's a little big. With a Mantic Warpath Dwarf. Obviously, I think if you wanted to use these as dwarves, they're really cool looking. They're very Rackhamish in their design, but you might want to shrink them down. All right. This guy was from Cast and Play's Nebula crowdfunding campaign. I just liked the look of him. He's got jetpacks and big cannons under his hands. I'm sure he's going to make lots of explosions and a very simple paint job. I know it just looks lots of complex patterns and blocks, but I like that guy. Cast and play stuff tends to be pretty large too, but he should be. I mean, if he's wearing powered armor and all. My idea was to use one of these. Actually, I've been starting to dig through my painted figure boxes for stuff to play 5 parsecs. I've been really trying to parse the rules. I'm hoping on President's Day weekend I can actually sit down. Maybe I'll drag Sparkle Trout over if he's not busy, and maybe we can actually get a game in. Wouldn't that be something? And finally, one last model. We've got the Spartan cast leader from Gammak. And I tried to, I don't know. I think Spartans, I think Reds, and he came out okay. I feel like I should redo his plume. So you can see this guy's a little bit bigger than even the one that Sparkle Trout painted. Was it last week? The week before? I don't remember. But he's a big model. Quite impressive too. I've heard most people say if you want to get these guys and if you want to have them in line with like Stormcast models, you want to go to about 87% reduction or so. They should be about 87% in their height. I mean, he is like a god among men, even with like Bastion and Carthalos here. But then again, maybe you want them that big. If you want guys that huge and imposing, that might be something worth looking into. So yeah, as always, being that this is one of the few times, if you are in the market for any of this stuff, we will have links down below for all of these. If you want to try tracking down any of these models, I do tend to put them just by the company names. That way you can get lost in their back catalogs just as often as I do. And we will also have a link down below for our Patreon, where if you enjoy the channel, we always appreciate the support. And hopefully I am going to be looking into, well, it looks like the camera today is cooperating, but I'm going to start looking into getting an actual dedicated camera at this point. If you guys have any suggestions, by all means, please share them with me. I know my family tend to prefer Canons, so if you got any ideas there, I'd love to hear them. And I hope everybody out there is going to enjoy their holiday, enjoy their painting, and enjoy their time with loved ones. Because I know I am. So, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.